Happy Halloween, fellas. Hope you're having a good one. This is the late Saturday night edition of Roy's Spreads. Got some good feedback. Everybody seems to like them so far. But I did get a specific request from the Heartbreakers for some hoes and bitches and whatever. So I'll let you take a look at my bitch. Bella, up. Come on, up. This is my girl Bella. That's my bitch right there. So eat your heart out, fellas. This is what you're missing out on a Saturday night. Oh shit, she's rolling me right off my chair. All right. So anyway, now you had a chance to look at her, take a look for the camera, baby. Anyway, all right. Love you too. All right, off. Good girl. Now, moving on. There will be some more hoes in the rest of the video. Don't worry, Hart. Speaking of Hart, let's look at his game. Ugh, it looks ugly for his ass. If Tom Brady doesn't have one of his fucking 2007 type games here, man, I don't know if Hart's going to be able to stay in this one. Steven Jackson does look like the goods, but having to start Brandon Jackson and Danny Woodhead is desperation time right there. Brandon Lloyd, they do look to him over the top regularly, and I love Mike Wallace. I really do. And Brandon Pettigrew, having a spot start him in another league with Tony Gonzalez on bye. But I just don't see you scoring a lot of points here, Hart. It's going to have to be all Brady, and maybe Steven Jackson will find the end zone, maybe not, but don't bet on it. Meanwhile, Slaughterhouse has a new starter, John Kitna, MJD, hopefully getting back on track. Jamal Charles is a stud. Beanie Wells is getting a start. Greg Jennings is probably going to go against Hobble Darrell Revis. Devon Best seems to catch passes every week. Might get in the end zone, might not. Dustin Keller looks great. I just don't see Hart having enough to hold off the Slaughterhouse, even though I pray you win, Hart. I really do, because I need the help in the division. But this one should be, I don't want to say a blowout, but should be like a 83 to 78 kind of game right here. You know, Heartbreakers is going to go down by not too much. And the only way he wins this one is if Tom Terrific returns to form. Meanwhile, the Big Johnsons fucking laid the wood on my ass last week. Jesus Christ, I am still sore. Oh, it looked terrible. To see a vision of what Big Johnsons did to me last week, just click on the link right there. Anyway, West India has actually put together a pretty damn good team. I don't like having to put in Anthony Gonzalez there. That's a desperation play. But it looks like he's got some bye week issues here, and he doesn't know if Austin Colley's going to play. You know, Jeremy Macklin can't start, obviously, when he's on bye. Ahmad Bradshaw can't start, obviously, when he's on bye. So he's bringing out Anthony Gonzalez there. Hopefully catch a little magic in a bottle, or lightning in a bottle, as they say. Beg Jarvis Green Ellis, you know, against a tough Minnesota run D. Fred Jackson at KC. Not really good matchups. It's going to have to be all Peyton Manning and Frank Gore. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get by a well-balanced Big Johnson squad, you know. Benson and Peterson should do their work. Roethlisberger looks great. Burleson is not great, but serviceable. Reggie Wayne should get all the looks in that passing game. Percy Harvin has been looking solid. And VD looks good. I see the Big Johnsons winning this one and helping me out a little bit in the division. So thanks a lot, Big Johnsons. I think you're going to win this one by about 10, 15 points here. Shouldn't be too much trouble to get past West India this week. Meanwhile, the Caribbean Bomb Squad. Yeah, oh, sorry about the link, by the way, fellas. Yeah, I know. That was nasty, right? For any of you that decided to go visit that. Rhode Island and Carib have opposite records, 2-5 versus 5-2. You know, I don't find Rhode Island to be all that scary, but he's been able to put up wins, you know. Carson Palmer came alive last week. Chris Johnson. Excuse me, I'm nursing a cold here. Chris Johnson is also poised to come back alive now down the stretch. Felix Jones. If you're not going to get a good week out of him this week, I don't know when it's going to happen. And Wes Welker. We'll see if he can rebound. You know, he's had a lot of trouble since Randy left, but this could be a good test right here because they're going to need his ass. Larry Fitzgerald, yeah, if he doesn't have a good game against Tampa Bay, when is he, right? And Steve Johnson, been a big surprise for all of us. Pretty solid lineup there from Rhode Island. Meanwhile, I don't know what Carib's doing. Sean Hill is listed as the starter right now, but it's going to obviously be Jason Campbell. I don't see 18 points out of Jason Campbell like this fucked up computer spread projection shit does. Obviously, he's not going to start Reggie Bush because Reggie Bush is not playing. So that's probably going to be Devery Henderson, maybe? Marcus Colston? Yeah, I think you got to play Colston. Jesus Christ, over Reggie Bush. Very tough to tell the spreads here when a guy hasn't set up his lineup appropriately. No, Sean is going to get shut down by my Niners. Doesn't mean anything, but he is. Dwayne Bowe looking to have another good week. Great matchup here against Buffalo. Megatron is Megatron. Great matchup against whoever he's playing. And Anthony Armstrong is probably going to find his way out of your lineup, I think, isn't he? Or, nope. Well, I guess against Detroit it's all right, but really bomb squad. I don't think you're going to have enough to go against Rampage. I think some of his running backs, or two of his running backs, Chris Johnson and Felix Jones, are going to have really good games. And this is the week for Larry Fitzgerald. This is the week where he's going to break open on a broken play. So Rhode Island continues his march on and goes to 6-2. Carib, I wish you would beat him, but I think the projected spread here of 30 points by the computer is relatively accurate. Meanwhile, I need South Street to beat Newark. I really do, because if I have any hope of doing anything in my division, Newark's been really solid. He's got all that young blood on his squad. Javid Best is back, got all his toes in order. Justin Forsett should not be starting for you, though, man. Seriously. Justin Forsett doesn't start for his team, he shouldn't start for yours. I mean, I don't know what you're doing there. I guess you just haven't set your lineup because Ryan Matthews should be in it over Forsett. Santana Moss has had a nice year. Ocho Cinco's had a nice couple games. Kenny Britt, can he stay hot? Maybe. I mean, San Diego's pretty discombobulated. So Kenny Britt could have another nice outing. Meanwhile, Jeremy Shockey continues to disappoint. I don't see a lot coming from the Kingpins here. And South Street, I fucking hate South Street, but I got to pick him to win this one with Aaron Rodgers, Arian Foster, T.O., Roy Williams in a great matchup. Mike Williams, Tampa Bay, been really good. Antonio Gates doing his thing. I don't really love starting Foster and Derek Ward, but I think bye weeks and injuries have decimated. South Street, yeah, Ray Rice is out. Driver's a question mark. So anyway, I think South Street is gonna win this one, but it's gonna not be as high scoring of an affair as we might think. I think it's gonna be something like South Street 80, Newark 70, something like that. It might just all come down to defense, really. Meanwhile, here's the real. Put up the real girls right now for you guys. For any of you who have made it this far into the spreads, enjoy those. That's a real one, guys. Don't worry, I won't cry wolf anymore. Yeah. Bristol has Drew Brees, Ricky Williams, Hines Ward, nice play. Lee Evans, all right. Randy Moss, all right. Mike Sims Walker, all right. Nothing to really scare you, right? The Rottweilers have McFadden coming alive, LT, Thomas Jones, and Jonathan Stewart finally getting a start. I see PR Rottweilers as actually being pretty scary if it wasn't for Vince Young having to get a start due to the Tony Romo injury and the Kevin Call bye. It's looking pretty solid for PR Rottweilers. I think that four-headed running back core right there is going to really take it to Bristol, who's coming out with 4 wide receivers. I don't see Bristol hanging in this one, and he's going to lose by about 20. And last but not least, of course, my matchup with East Coast. Well, if I don't beat East Coast, my season's done, and everybody's for sale for draft picks. But if I do win against East Coast, I'm looking to package something like I don't know, Brandon Marshall and Ryan Terrain for a real stud. And any of you guys interested in doing something like that, let me know should I win. Otherwise, it's a draft pick fire sale fucking once again in Tel Aviv. Now, Matt Schaub, I think he's going to have a better than a 9-point game as the computer predicts. Fucking punks. Rashard Mendenhall should have a good game at New Orleans. I'm debating on whether or not to bench Ronnie Brown or not. If I don't play him at Cincy, what's he doing on my squad is basically what it comes down to. Ryan Terrain's got a great matchup. Donald Brown should start. I mean, he practiced fully, right? It's a Monday night thing, and I don't have anybody else to put in, but I think I'm going to have to go with him against an awful Houston team. Brandon Marshall's got a great matchup. Vicente Shenko's not a super matchup, but he seems to have been doing some work. I think there's enough room here to, there's enough players here to get me a pretty respectable score, depending if my defense of Beeson, Willis, and Dansby ever does anything like they were hyped up to be before the season. Meanwhile, East Coast player had a rough year so far, almost as rough as mine. Actually, let's look at our records. Exactly as rough as mine. Kyle Orton has been solid. Marshawn Lynch looks like he's got the job. CJ Spiller, I mean, shit. At KC, that's a game where they need to play him a lot because they're going to be passing, and he catches a lot of passes. He could break one. He should become active in that game. I don't like Creighton, but I do like Andre Johnson and Pierre Garçon. East Coast has some favorable matchups right now. This is going to be a tough one. In all honesty, I don't know if I can really hang. It's going to come down to my defense. My defense can score me 25 points. I think I'm going to win this one. But if those guys do what they've been doing, then it's going to be another long season for Tel Aviv. Anyway, guys, I've bored you enough. Hope you're all having a happy Halloween. Enjoy the games, and see you next week. Peace.